Hi guys and dolls, how are you? Just wanted to kind of do a follow-up vid, telling you how everything went down the other day. Um, if I hadn't told you before, I do want to tell you that the cancer was spreading through his body, Smokey's body. And for any of you who have ever gone fishing, when the fish has been out of the water for a while, the tail will bend to one side or the other. That's what his body was starting to do all the time. And his tail would be rigid, and at night he had zero tolerance to be by himself. He knew he was not well, and he was terrified to be alone. So if you're lucky, he slept for an hour, and then he was up barking and carrying on. He was getting worse and worse and worse, terrified, petrified to be alone. Um, One thing that I can say about cancer is it's insidious, relentless, um, just unstoppable. Well, it's finally stopped at the risk of us losing a very precious doggy. Um, I will try to come up with some of the funny things that he used to do that were just absolutely hilarious. And it also seemed like he was trying his best to not act as sick as he was, but we already knew how awful it was, especially at night. So we took him to the park. I started bawling because I knew this was, you know, we knew what we were doing that day, and I just started bawling seeing him enjoy the park. And then my friend, we'll call him Jay, Jay took him to the other park, and I stayed in the car because I could not sit and watch him enjoying the park to the fullest, knowing that it was going to be his last day. It would be unbearable for me for some reason, so I wasn't able to do that. Um, where you want to get them as empty as possible so that when, if you do have the terrible situation of having to put your pet down, you want to try to get them as empty as possible, because there's a possibility they can make a mess when they get euthanized because all their muscles completely relax. Um, we didn't have a whole lot of that with him, just a teeny little bit, so that was cool. I thought I was going to keep it together, and I watched a lot of videos on YouTube on people euthanizing their dogs, and I was trying to get myself ready, and I was strong. I don't care how many videos you saw. I don't care how many people you know who have gone through that. You don't have a clue until it happens to you. Because I thought I had it in the bag, and I thought I was going to be super controlled. Not controlled, but in control of my emotions. I wasn't in control of nothing. I basically cried so hard I was hyperventilating. Um, you lose your fear about, or you're not wanting to cry, and not fear, but you lose, oh, I don't want to cry in public, I don't want to see people see me cry. When you get to that point and that pain hits you, karate kicks you in your emotions, you cry your heart out. I mean, I was literally hyperventilating, and I thought at one point I was going to hit the floor. um the only thing he felt was a little stick when the needle went in, because doc couldn't get the vein right away, so he went ahead and um did it again, and Smokey did the and I wasn't really down for that, but it had to be done. A lot of vets use pentobarbital, which is a barbiturate, and it basically puts the animal in a quick unconscious, deeply unconscious, or comatose state. And then this particular vet that we went to, who has been Smokey's vet ever since, he listens for the heart after he puts the medicine in, and then basically your dog is in a coma, and he listens to see if there's a heart rate, and then what else? Listens for heart rate, and then I guess there was a faint heartbeat still, so he does intracardiac, where he basically puts injections in the chest around the heart. I know that sounds kind of brutal, but that is a procedure that some veterinarians do. He does not feel any of that because he's so deeply under that he wouldn't know anything that's going on at any. I mean, he was just pretty much how you are when you're going for surgery, except you don't wake up, type of deal. And then when it was done, and I could compose myself again, I said, "Is it done?" And he listened and said it. At that point, it was. And I wrapped him in a blanket, and we carried him out, and I held him in my arms. And Jay went to a doctor's visit, and I stayed in the car and held baby while he was in his blanket. Had the AC running in the car for obvious reasons, right? But he wasn't going to be in that position indefinitely or anything like that. But I got to hold him, and I'm rocking him, and I'm petting him on his hiney like he's a baby, you know. He's my baby. But I'm rocking him like he's still with us, you know. But I needed that bonding with him. It might sound freaky and weird, but I needed that bonding with him. So, past few days have been really rough, really rough. I've been crying my eyes out. I had a severe meltdown last night. Today I did not cry at all, so I'm doing good. It was the only way that we were going to get him out of pain. So, and to think that he suffered with that cancer for a long time, I do believe, because I felt lumps on him last year and had a really bad feeling about it. I held him close to me, and I'm singing a gospel song, and I'm rocking him back and forth, and I'm just bawling because I had a bad feeling back then that there was something terribly wrong. So he is no longer in pain anymore. I told him to jump in my grandpa's lap when you get up there. So yeah, he's my sweetheart. And the thumbnail is what I wrote on his tombstone. So I just wanted to share that with you. After Jay got out of the doctors, we went to the mother's land property and buried him there. And I thought, I can never put him in a plastic bag and put him in the ground. I can't. I will lose it. I would lose it. And I prayed about it, and I found that God gave me the strength to do it. You don't want to put your loved one in a plastic bag. But I did it. I talked to him the whole time I was putting him in the bag. I said, "Come on, sweetie, I got to put you in here." So he's over in wherever pets go when they leave this planet. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you, give you a follow-up and not leave you hanging. You'll find strength that you never knew you had when you have to. And it's not, I used to be against euthanasia, and that's just awful, and save money for the medical treatments. I mean, the medical treatments can be horrific, and once they reach a certain age, you know, once they reach a certain age, they probably, strong possibility they would have serious complications as a result of surgery. I'm hoping I'm not cutting myself off with the phone here. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Take care, and I love you guys. And for those subscribed, thank you. And for those who are not, you know what to do. Press the button, hit the bell icon. All right, you guys take care. Love you.